Hey girl. Hello, my beautiful Virgo. How are you doing? My name is SimplyVelca, and today I'm going to be doing your general weekly messages for your zodiac sign, Virgo. Now, I also do your love and soulmate reading for your zodiac sign as well, which is another weekly reading that I do, which I'll leave a link to over here for you to check out at a later point if you would like, Virgo. But when it comes to any of my readings, be sure to rely on your intuition, because put it in perspective, Virgo, I'm just a man reading some tarot cards to you. You know your situation better than I ever possibly could, so take the cards that resonate with you and leave what doesn't, because I promise you I'm not going to be offended by it whatsoever, Virgo. Now, if you do enjoy my reading and you find some messages that resonate with you, be sure to let me know in the comments below, because that's how I keep up with you, Virgos, through the comments. I love hearing y'all's aha moments that you have with the cards. If you do enjoy this reading and it gives you a sense of direction, I would appreciate it for you to give me a like and subscribe, because it does help out my channel a lot, and I always appreciate when you guys take the time to do that for me. And then lastly, Virgo, this is here just for some food for thought, right? I'm not here to make a decision in your life. I'm here to hopefully give you something to think about during the week, and hopefully something to assist you throughout your week, right? But with all that being said, let's start getting into your reading. So the overall energy that we have going on for you this week, Virgo, is the Sun card and the Knight of Swords. So this is interesting. This is definitely interesting energy to have, Virgo. And even looking at your skeleton of your reading so far, we have the Knight of Swords coming up again down below. So it's almost just like a push, Virgo, to I don't know if there's some type of like unsureness that you're experiencing right now, Virgo, in terms of maybe like reaching out to somebody, or you know, with this Knight of Swords, it just lets me know of like some type of like unsureness when it comes to communication or of going out to something, or some type of indecision as well. You know, maybe you're like tossing things around in your head, maybe trying to think of the perfect thing to say, the right thing to say, or thinking about the perfect approach. You know, maybe some days you just wake up extremely motivated, but by the end of the day, it's completely different energy, right? There's just something here, Virgo, of where it's just like, if you actually kind of do away with this Knight of Swords energy, where it's just kind of like, kind of in and then kind of out, right? I always like to see this Knight of Swords energy as like the scene from Finding Nemo, where they're at the boat, or like there's a boat, and kind of like seeing which fish will like be like more willing to go out further, right? And it's kind of like that pushing yourself to go out rather than kind of like going out a certain level and then coming back, right? You want to continue. I mean, granted, I guess Nemo didn't really end up well in that story, right? They ended up getting taken, but that's how I see that. And then the Sun card kind of comes in as promise of, if you were to finally just commit, unlike Nemo, when you go out to that boat, Virgo, you actually will have like, I mean, the Sun card is the greatest card in the deck, right? So it's kind of like a promise of, if you actually commit, you'll like what happens. You'll like the results of what happens through your commitment, but it kind of does call for you to do that commitment in the first place, Virgo. So the first row that we have going on starting for you is the Justice card. So this is a card of putting things back into balance. So Virgo, I don't know, maybe for some of you guys, just because of like the Knight of Swords, maybe you've been resisting saying something to somebody, right? Let's just say like in terms of boundaries, right? You've been wanting to set some boundaries with somebody, Virgo, and you kind of like will some days be like really motivated to say something, and then other days you just pull back, right? Regardless of what it is, it's because of this like back and forth energy, you don't say your boundaries, right? But the Justice card comes in where there needs to be brought some type of balance. You maybe even just using and speaking your voice so you feel heard and appreciated, Virgo. Something needs to happen, so this brings it back into balance, because if it keeps going in this kind of way, I see you kind of sinking further into this Hermit energy, Virgo. Now, Hermit isn't necessarily that bad of an energy. Well, it's not bad energy at all. It's all perspective, I guess. But I kind of feel like, the further you choose not to speak up for yourself, speak up for what's bothering you, speak up for what, your needs and whatever, you're going to kind of like continue to recluse to the point of where you'll like resent an energy or resent a person, because they're just unaware of like the boundaries that need to be set, through you using your voice, right? Maybe you're just scared of using your voice because you don't want to upset them. But again, remember, Virgo, the Sun card comes in. So yeah, I guess it's one of those things, Virgo, of do you want to put the energy towards figuring this out? Do you really, you're gonna have to be a little bit confrontational, but it's kind of needed to have this balance come in. Now, this is where the Knight of Swords comes in again for you in your third row. So, I feel like we already covered it. So let's just start getting into some clarifiers now. But, when you have that Knight of Swords coming in, again, it just really kind of lets me know, for some of you Virgos, maybe this has been something that's a long thing that's been going on. Maybe for some of you guys, like this person, y'all love that voice crack I just had there. For some of y'all, it might be a situation where it's like this person that you cared about for a long time now, and you just haven't wanted to say anything, but you're kind of reaching your boiling point. You're reaching your limit in regards to this situation in some way. So let's pull some clarifiers now for this Justice card, see what we can get out of it, right? Okay. Interesting energies. So for your Justice card, Virgo, we have the Four of Swords, the King of Cups, and the Page of Cups. So for some of you Virgos, you don't want to kind of give someone tough love, it seems, because it's like, but it feels kind of essential. It feels like you need to kind of put an end to a phase. Well, I'd say put an end to a phase, but you need to bring something back into balance, which I guess maybe for some of you Virgos, that would be ending a phase in your life where you would never want to speak up for yourself. And that's, because the Knight of Swords does come in twice for you, so it does amplify the lesson in this, right? What it is that you need to be going through or have been going through. So with this Four of Swords, definitely like something you need to kind of bring it to balance until this cycle is figured out, and you learn the lesson that needs to be learned through bringing this back into balance. Virgo, it seems to be you're blocking your blessings in some type of way. And let me explain. You have the Page of Cups and the King of Cups. So this is an energy when you have the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups talks about, a new person coming into your life, right? So maybe you need to drop that old toxic relationship, Virgo. And then that's what's stopping you from allowing a better love coming into your life, because you haven't been wanting to drop that old toxic love, if it's toxic, right? It doesn't have to be toxic, it could just be still whatever your issue is. This also could just be talking about like a literal blessing being presented to you, right? But you kind of have to put an end to something else. And the King of Cups kind of lets me know of kind of like this, again, like this overall theme, like the result of you finally taking action, Virgo, puts you in happiness, right? The result of you finally taking action puts you in the sun. The result of you finally bringing something into balance and healing this past, like this cycle that you've been needing to heal, whether like regardless of what shape of the lesson it comes in, what shape the lesson comes in, or what person the lesson comes in as, like, by you finally completing that, you're this King of Cups. You're happy with this Page of Cups, what is presented to you, like what this new energy is. Pages always represents new energy, new beginnings of some type, Virgo. So definitely there's a new beginning, a new cycle is trying to start for you, but it's not going to be able to successfully start for you until we put an end to this old phase, until you really follow through with that Four of Swords energy and you overcome the Knight of Swords challenge. But let's get some clarifiers for this Hermit card coming in for you. Don't mind me as I readjust, Virgo. The Hermit card that we have for you in your second row, the clarifiers that we pulled, which I kind of was suspecting to see this card. The card I'm talking about is the Six of Wands, Virgo. I was suspecting for you to see this card because, again, you know, this is talking about victory, right? We started out with the Sun card in your first overall energies. We have like the King of Cups and the Page of Cups as the second energy, affirming the happiness. And now we have the Six of Wands affirming that happiness more. The difference is that this is talking about a person that you need to set boundaries with. If we're going to continue that example, Virgo. This is an energy of where you're respected for it, right? This is not just like your own self-happiness. This comes in, right? Because of the Queen of Pentacles, that self-happiness as well. Being able to just like take care of yourself and just being happy with what it is that you, the result of through, you know, making that action, taking that action, Virgo. And then we have the Tower card. So this does seem to be, again, like this phase of Virgo of, you know, putting an end to some type of old cycle, some type of Tower moment for that, you know, to finally close off the chapter for something, lighting a match to something and like going forward and burning away all that no longer serves you for this new opportunity, this new blessing, right? With that Page of Cups. But it all requires you to bring things back into balance, right? And I dare I say, for some of you Virgos, you're not going to be able to like be in balance for too much longer, because I dare I say, I kind of feel like some of you Virgos are kind of experiencing like the hints of a Tower moment, just through the natural order of things, through you putting things on the back burner more and more. But yeah. Let's get into your final row here with the Knight of Swords. See what's going on with that. What's up with that, Virgo? Okay. So we continue on with that, the same vibe of where we close off the reading with something positive, right? With the Star card coming in, that's the wish fulfillment. But continuing on with that, Virgo, we have the King of Pentacles coming in for you, as well as the Ten of Cups. Tens I associate as the closure of a cycle. 10 of Cups is that card of promise, that promise of happiness when it comes to family as well. So I don't think I've even like really talked about it too much with the Six of Wands as well, but this is including other people. This is like a favorable public view of you, right? And that Ten of Cups is really like honing it in, that maybe like this will actually bring you guys closer through you having some type of conversation. You're being asked to stand up for yourself in some type of way, or to really just communicate something that you just have been unsure about. And you really will be happy with the results. King of Pentacles comes in where it's like extremely stable energy, really building up some type of empire or something. You know, I say empire just because it's like the King of Pentacles, right? Running his own empire. You know, building up just like a stable, like all this reading does seem to point out, Virgo, is just like kind of overcoming like the thoughts in your head and just doing something. It feels as if you're convincing yourself of a narrative that's going to happen that's not necessarily pleasant, and that's what's spooking you out from making that decision. Kind of puts you in that indecision. That Star card comes in where it's just like that wish fulfillment, giant weight off your shoulders, that cleansing moment, right? So this entire time, Virgo, in each of your rows, you had it's overall an extremely positive reading, right? But all your rows constantly affirmed of some type of just like a happiness, and like a happiness to some type of commitment. Like you'll be happy with the result constantly is that affirmation. So maybe that's what you needed, Virgo. Maybe you just need some affirmation to push in the right direction, be told that it's going to work out, right? Which it absolutely is, right? But yeah, Virgo, this reading that I have for you, hopefully this reading was a resonance. Be sure to let me know in the comments below what card called out to you the most, if one did. Also be sure to give this video a like and subscribe if you did enjoy this reading, and then also share my video with a friend if you think they might be into my messages as well, Virgo. But until next time, I love you so much.